Hello everybody, I hope your day is going fantastic. Today I want to take just a few minutes to demonstrate just how powerful TradeVantage is and also show you how easy it is to use. Now in just a minute I'm going to open the TradeVantage interface and I'm going to share with you some of the signals that were generated and what you could have made had you followed the clear and easy direction that TradeVantage provided. But before I pull up the software, I want to clarify something. Alright, TradeVantage is designed to be a beginning of the day type strategy, and what this means is that you're not going to have to monitor it or do any analysis throughout the day. You simply look at it one time in the morning. It's going to give you a clear indication or instruction on what direction to trade with the intention of course, holding that trade at a minimum until the next day. Now, this means that for those of you with a day job, you're now going to have a way to trade profitably without having to sweat it out all day while you're at work. And for those of you that are trading full time, this is going to give you some of the freedom to really live life the way that you want to. Probably the way you thought you were going to live when you started trading to begin with, once you found success. So let's just jump right in and I want to take a look at the TradeVantage interface. And as you can see, this is a standalone software, so it doesn't require any particular trade account or trade software, which means that you can use it with any broker. That's the bottom line here. So this is what you're going to do. Each morning, the software is going to provide you with a clear indication of what to do. So let's start with the Euro Yen, and let's see what kind of signals the software has provided to us this year so far, and what the results were. Now, I want you to take note of something here. I'm not going to be cherry picking trades. We're just going to start at the beginning of the year and we're going to move forward. And also, I want you to keep in mind something. All right, this is not an intraday strategy, which means your positions, they're going to be open for several days at times. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start by selecting the area that we want to analyze. And so we're going to start at the beginning of the year, which is January. So I'll highlight January and I'll drag up here and then I'll just expand that section so that we can see it, and then we can start breaking this down trade by trade. Now, starting with the first trade of the year, we see TradeVantage directed us to enter a buy at the open of this candle here. And this is actually 97.29. And then for about 9 days, it told us to continue to hold this position until on the 10th day, we were instructed to close it at 101.99, and this is for a profit of right around 470 pips. And I'm going to show you where this information is as far as a breakdown goes here in just a minute. In any case, the very next day, we see that we got a pretty clear sell indicator here saying enter the market short. Our entry would have been around 101.16, and about another week went by here, and it told us to exit at 99.72, and this ended up being a profit of around 144 pips. So pretty nice little profit there. Now, as you can see here, we end up having to exercise a little bit of patience. Basically, we have no trades for 2 or 3 days, which can seem like a lifetime for some folks. I know some of you guys want to be in the market all the time, but just remember, you want to stick to what the software says, and if it says to stay out of the market, then that's a good idea. In any case, after a couple of days go by, we end up getting a signal to buy, and we enter a trade at 100.09, and we head to work. All right, we keep an eye on it each morning, and we see that after about a week or so goes by, we're directed to close our trade down at 102.41, and this is another nice profit of around 232 pips. And keep in mind, this is not requiring any daily analysis. This is just you look at it one time and it says to hold it or close it. And very simple stuff here, guys. So anyway, the very next day we're given a signal to buy, 102.83 this time. And at 102.83 we enter our trade, buying. And this is where we've got to kind of fight that urge to override what the software has to say, because we're in this trade for almost 2 weeks, and you're going to be very tempted to close this trade down because it's in profit all the time. And the key is, like I said earlier, you want to do what the software says. All right, just remember, TradeVantage knows what it's doing. All right, it's been trained to do one thing, and that one thing is to generate profits for you. Now, as you can see, the market does continue to run, and it pays out nicely. This ended up paying out over 550 pips, and just within a few days later, we get another signal that pays out over 200 pips, and then we follow that up with another 110 pips. And as you can see, as of the time that I'm recording this, we're actually in a long position now, and we're being directed to hold it. All right, you see up here on the top right, it says current position long, and recommendation for the next open is to hold. So pretty cut and dry stuff. And I will say this. You need to exercise patience. I can't tell you how important it is to just stick to what this thing says. All right. In any case, moving on here. What I want to do now is take a look at the specifics of these trades. And we can do this by going to the System Performance tab. And I'll scroll down to the bottom, the most recent trades here. And what you'll notice when we look at these trades is the first trade that we took was on January the 16th. And you can see the trade is right here. And it's going to give us all the information that we need to go back in time and look at this and really analyze what's happened. All right, it's essentially going to give you a detailed account of all the trade signals, in fact, that the model that we're using has actually issued. And you can see the 6 trades that we looked at here. As I said, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades we took, and the results of each of those trades. Very nice little profits. So I think that's all pretty self-explanatory. What I'd like to do now is take a look at the upper left-hand corner and go through some of these key components. I think the total net profit is pretty obvious. And again, this is just for this one strategy, meaning just the euro-yen only. So we can see the net profits and the gross profits and the losses and all that. But there's some things that I want to bring your attention to. I think the first thing that stands out to me is the number of winning trades, 29, versus the number of losing trades. That's a really good ratio. But that ratio only works or only makes sense if the wins and losses are in check as far as the amount. So when we look at the average winning trade is around 246 pips, and the average losing trade is around 66 pips, we start to see a really good picture of really just a phenomenal trade strategy that not only is very accurate, but when it does lose, manages to cut those losses very short. This is further displayed if we look down here at the average, the win-loss ratio. All right, that's another really good number. And the overall average trade. This is taking into account both the wins and the losses. If you just lumped all the trades together and said, all right, we did, whatever it was, we had a total number of trades of 35. The average trade gave us $193, or 193 pips, I should say. So, all very good information. There's a few more things that I want to point out. Down here, maxitive consecutive winners, 8. That's a pretty strong number. And you follow that up by maxitive consecutive losers, 2. Again, that means we don't have to go very long to start seeing profitable trades. And when we do see profitable trades, we tend to see strings of profitable trades. So another really good indication. Now, average number of bars in winners. This means that our winning trades were open for 8 days or 8 bars. Now, the beauty behind this and what this is indicating is that when it finds a market that is running, it's going to keep you in there. Our emotions want to tell us to take our profits, to take our trade and close it down once we see a little bit of profit. And this is showing us that the software is going to help you fight that urge by giving you the indication or the signal to hold your position. And this is why it's able to get in these long runs. Now, on the other hand, if you look at the average number of bars and losers, it's almost half. Actually, it is half. And this is indicating that we cut our losers short fairly quickly. We're not riding them out for long periods of time. And overall, just a phenomenal way to trade. Guys, I really hope this video's helped you a little bit on how the Trade Vantage works, how simple it is to follow, what the results are. And I want to just briefly kind of scroll through just so you can kind of see and get an idea of the net profit. And this is pips. You are going to see losses, and I want to make sure that's clear. Let's take a look here. We had a loss of 90 pips, several gains, a loss of 69 pips, several gains. We had a 124 pip loss. But again, the key is consistency in wins over losses and consistency in having our wins be substantially more than our losses. And that's what you have in Trade Vantage. In fact, we can look at multiple pairs. Look at the USD Chef. And it's going to give us all the same stats. If we go over to the system performance, we can look at the total gains and total losses. And overall, really phenomenal. Max of consecutive winners, 13 versus 3. So we're even a better ratio here, more than half. So we're cutting our losses even earlier, still letting our winners run. The overall range on the USD Chef may not be as much as the Euro Yen, which could be an indication of why we're seeing trades a little shorter here. Max consecutive wins 13-3. Overall, really good stats. But you're going to have great information to work with, so that you're not going into this blind. And in any case, if you haven't downloaded and begun demoing the Trade Vantage software, in the lower right hand corner of this page, there's a link over to the download page. Make sure you get your hands on a copy of this. There's a free version that we're allowing you to use now for a limited time. Make sure you download that, register, and get yourself using that. You'll see it's a very simple process. Also, I'd love to hear from you. If you got any feedback from us, there's a comment section below. We'd love to hear your feedback. If you've already used the software, we'd like to know what you think of it so far. And we're excited about the next step. So guys, take care, have a great day, and keep an eye out for your in your inbox, because we'll be sending out more information shortly.